My speech is called Family Matters, and these are my note cards. And my visual aids are two posters I made um, for the speech. Family Matters. Holidays at my house can be a bit tricky to orchestrate in terms of seating arrangements. Who will sit next to my weird uncle? Who wants to sit next to the up and coming toddler? In order to assure that everyone has a variety of experiences, family is rotated to maximize holiday enjoyment. Crop rotation for your home garden, while less tricky than family holidays, will produce optimal results for your produce. In an article put out by the University of Wisconsin Extension Office, rotation was first mentioned in early Roman literature. George Washington Carver is widely credited with crop rotation in the United States by rotating peanuts, sweet potatoes, and corn and cotton. I will first discuss the history and purpose of crop rotation, followed by common vegetables grown at home and the families they belong in. Finally, I will end with a proposed example of rotation and in what order and why. So, what is the story behind crop rotation? Crop rotation is one of agriculture's oldest practices. Charles Townsend of Norfolk introduced a four-crop rotation in his farm fields. Using this system, he was able to grow more and yield more from his crops. According to an article written by the University of Illinois Extension Office entitled The Four-Field System, crops that are not rotated decrease their nutrient level over time, as well as their yield capacity. The success is measured by the increased production of food. Different plants give and take nutrients in the soil. For example, some may withdraw nitrogen from the soil and some may deposit it. So by rotating crops in your home garden and beyond, you're able to balance the soil organically, which means not having to add fertilizers or supplements. The history of crop rotation, while old, is still used in its original form today. While the use of crop rotation originated in farming fields, it's quite simple to transfer to the use for home gardening. Planning out a rotation schedule is simple and requires making a chart to refer to each year so that you remember where things have been. This is an example of 4 years of crop rotation for Julie Day's vegetable garden. Crop rotation made easy. You want to try and not repeat the rotation for 3 to 4 years. Being aware of what families the plants belong to will help guide the rotation. For example, knowing that tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants belong to the same family should tell you not that they shouldn't be planted in a shared space from year to year. I have a common list of vegetables that are planted and what families they belong to. This chart was taken out of Rodale's Garden Answers Vegetables, Fruit, and Herbs book. This final piece of the puzzle to plant a successful home garden is knowing where they belong in the garden. The principles of crop rotation are as follows. 1, divide your garden into sections. 2, plant a different plant family in each section every year. 3, systematic plan ensures every section receives each plant family. And 4, most systems contain 4 sections or 4 rotating plant groups. The goal is to reduce soil-borne pests and diseases and to replenish the soil organically. There are apps for keeping track of your garden rotation schedule as well as what you've planted. 2 that I found are Vegetable Garden Planner and Garden Plan Pro. These are easy systems to find that do the work for you so that you can easily rotate your garden. In summary, let me recap crop rotation in your home garden. While crop rotation is an old practice, it is still used in various forms today in order to replenish soil and control pests and diseases from destroying your vegetation. I encourage you to plant what you like and be familiar with what family they belong to so you can rotate accordingly. With a little planning and organization, you can have a successful, fruitful garden for years to come. Family matters, both in holiday enjoyment and in crop rotation. If you want to maximize enjoyment for all must be rotated. In practicing my speech for family members, my stepdad offered the best advice. He encourages all of you to plant radishes in your garden every year to keep the elephants out. He plants them and hasn't seen one at all.